shingles lah, or have wounds that always itchy lah, have or not? If have that, the 1111. If have that, the 111, there are so many people out there who have skin problem. Many. So many. So let me explain to you how I think about skin problem. Okay, the biggest absorption organ in the body is also the biggest detox organ in the body is our skin. It's the largest by surface area. And a lot of time, we are so skeptical about eating something. Oh, this food, is it organic? This food, is it something? Then we look at all the label. But when we are looking at the cosmetic, we use it, wow, we look pretty, then we buy. We never look at the ingredient inside. So every time when you apply the skincare, without you knowing, there are a lot of chemicals going into our body. For example, sunblock is one of the very critical. There are so many. There are mineral oxide inside, zinc oxide inside, that might get absorbed to the bloodstream and might never leave your body. Okay, so actually our founders never recommend people to use a lot of sunblock. Okay, so when all these toxins going into your body need to have a good detoxification system. However, because of the diet, because of the stress, your body do not have enough capacity to detox. So one side you have the toxin coming into the body, one side you do not have a detoxification system to remove the toxin. As it accumulated up to one day, the toxin has to go out. But it cannot go out to the liver, it cannot go out to the kidney because they might damage your internal organ. So the safest way to dispose the toxin is through the skin. And then you must say, I use organic product every day. I eat organic food every day. I eat organic vegetable every day. Even the chicken and egg I buy is all organic one, no hormones one, no antibiotic. How come I still got skin problem? If you are still young, it means that the toxin comes from your parents because you share the same blood from your mother. If you are adult, you don't used to have any skin problem. I would say, now I can say 70 to 80% of the time is because you have an indigestion. Okay, for example, today you eat a fruit, you eat some food. If the food is fully digested, then it becomes nutrients, it get absorbed to the bloodstream and being utilized by the organs. If when you take the food, it cannot be fully digested, what will it become? If only digested 50%, when you go to the bloodstream, the organ can't recognize. So what is this? I don't recognize. I want amino acid, but it doesn't look like amino acid to me, because it isn't broken down 100%. So I don't want. So all these things, the unwanted nutrient is actually toxin. Is a waste is a toxin. A toxin is a waste. It's just how it's a matter of how you want to put this. So where this toxin or waste is going to go? Cannot go to the liver, cannot go to the kidney. It have to go to the safest way to dispose. This is where skin problems occur. Okay, so this is why you can see we have even in our Zoom, there are so many cases where people have skin problem. The moment we ask, do you have indigestion? Yes. Do you have acid reflux? Yes. Do you have bloated stomach? Most of the time they will say yes. So if you going for any kind of doctors, it might give you steroid, it might give you antihistamine. If you go to TCM doctors, the ethical one, it might help you to put on some of the acupuncture point to improve your spleen, the power of the spleen, because you need the power of the spleen to move, to circulate, so that it can purge out the toxin. Some of them, they will use some cream which also contains steroid. So if the fundamental is the digestion, is still the product without you ingesting and yet can improve your digestion. Because if you don't have a good digestion, whatever supplement or herb that you are going to take in is not going to be digested. This product, like what I said, if you can use it for 3 months, it has something called the gut resetting. It has the gut resetting. What is the meaning of gut resetting? To make it very simple, Gut, the function of the gut doesn't come from the organ. It comes from the gut bacteria. How can we cultivate the gut bacteria? You can't cultivate. You just need to provide a conducive environment for the gut bacteria to populate. So what is the good environment for the gut bacteria to populate? Warm and humid. So this is why a lot of people, when you are not eating enough, number one. Second thing, you're not drinking enough water, or your immunity simply become lower and your blood circulation is not so good. Blood carries the heat. Blood carries the warmth. If your blood circulation is weak, that means in your gut, the heater is not there. Your blood is not going there. So as the gut getting cooler and cooler, is no longer become warm and humid, the population of the good bacteria slows down. But if you put this patch on, what it does, and it has been shown to reset the gut because it can improve your blood circulation. Second, it activates a compound called glutathione to improve the detoxification process in the body. So as the time goes, you improve your gut system. As your gut system improves, you can digest your food better. There are no undigested nutrients. There are no toxins in the body being degenerated. So what your body can do now is to focus the fire to remove the toxin already exists in the body. And I'm going to show you at the different stages, different kind of duration, at the different age range, what you can do with LifeWave products. Okay, so look at this. Before X39 is like this. 12 hours later start to subside, 36 hours later, and 10 days after X39. Okay, this is quite a good testimonials. We have even cases having eczema for 30, 40 years with only X39, less than 2 weeks time can see this kind of result as well. So what is most important? You must go and try. Okay, some people, even for the children, they have eczema all over the body, maybe especially at the joint area, like on the armpit, behind the knee, at the back of the ear. If you try X39, some people can even see result within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, some can even within half an hour. Just put this patch on, okay? The more serious the eczema is, especially you already have a lot of flare out. When you put this patch on, the flare out will slowly reduce. If you are not having a serious outbreak or serious flare out, when you put the patch on, it might have a tendency to flare up again. Okay, let me inform you first. Why? In my understanding, I believe it's like this. When your body is in such a state of inflammation, when you put this patch on, our product know exactly where the stem cell want to go. If today you already flare up, the inflammation is so high, this product is going to send signal to bring down the inflammation first. Your body need to bring down the inflammation in order for the stem cell to enter the tissue to start healing. It's just like a car. If the car is on fire because of the accident, you cannot ask the doctor to quickly go inside to help you. You had to wait for the ambulance, or you had to wait for the firefighters to put off the fire and then to help the casualty inside. Same thing like our body. When your body is in the state of inflammation, you cannot immediately send the stem cell inside. What you need to do is to reduce the inflammation so the stem cell can go inside to help. So this is what this patch does. This patch looks so simple, but it actually alleviates the intelligence in the body. This is what you will see when you put on X39. Okay? Now, if you always have a skin, like just now I show you, you always have itchy skin. And then when you start to scratch, it start to have wounds, and then the wounds cannot close up. And then the wounds always very hard to even dry it up. When it dry out, it becomes even itchy. You scratch again, the blood comes out again. Then you try to use X39 also. Okay, so we have cases have been having the same problem for 10 years, 20 over years. With X39, he see huge change. One thing I can guarantee you for this, if you can use X39 consistently for 90 days, which is 3 months, your cell healing speed will be sped up. You will speed up a lot. Because X39, it elevates a compound called GHK copper and they activate the stem cell, is especially functional to close out the wounds. Okay, why? Because in the line of defense system, if the wound is open, is prone to infection. So if in the body intelligence, the first critical job is to close up the wound first. I don't want any infection. So this is why all the stem cells can channel to the same place. So if you have any kind of wounds, even you have friend got diabetic wounds, you put the patch on. Okay, not at the place of wound, even at the back of the neck, they will see great changes. Okay. So you can see the eczema. You can look at jellyfish sting. This is what I mean. This is from Miri, a 2-year-old children. On the left-hand side is a 2-year-old children. Look at the toes. This is the child who doctor is going to give them steroid. So the mother say no. He said, can I use it on the children? I said the same thing conservative, but I'm very lucky that the member decided to give the product a try. So I'm so happy. I think within 2 weeks' time, her name is Yvonne Lee. I don't know, is Yvonne Lee here? You can see much better, right? Okay. So this is how X39 works, even for the 2-year-old children. Okay. So then you might ask, so can we use for 1 to 2 years old children? My answer to you is this. If the children can communicate with you with their discomfort, go ahead to use it. But if the children cannot, then it's up to your own decision. However, if in comparison to any use of hormone-based treatment, my suggestion is better use X39. Okay, so you can even see children who 3 years old, who the skin already have a severe eczema, you can start to get better. Okay, so this product is going to help a lot of people. And then the fundamental thing is to reduce the need of medication. Okay, no matter how good, how expensive the medication that you take for skin problem, it can help you to subside the symptom, but it will never heal. You might feel better for the few days and then it comes back again. And then the doctor is going to prescribe with a stronger antihistamine, higher milligram. It has no ends. We have customers who are having skin problem for 20 over years. After using X39 for 7 to 9 months time, completely remove the antihistamine. Okay, and now she looks so young. Food infection. Okay, so this, I think even the youngster nowadays, they always have this so-called a fungus. Okay, this fungus already 1.5 years. Initially see doctor, medicine is okay, then it's come back. This is exactly what I say. Medicine initially looks okay, then it come back. Even when you go and try natural remedy, when I was in NTU, I was involved in the herbal garden. We always use 对面叶 for the skin eczema. 对面叶. If you buy some of the ointments, they always say 对面叶 for skin problem. It is very effective. Okay, but you have to use it every day. The 1 to 2 days without using the ointment, it will flare up again. Okay, but X39, without applying on the affected area, only at the back of the neck, now it is smooth. Okay, from Muslim in Selangor food infection. Okay, now, so how about some people, they don't used to have skin problem, but after X39 start to have skin problem. So this is my uncle from Senai. So he is one of my first supporter in my life wave. So when he used X39 only for 2 days, look at the back, there are a lot of flare up. Okay, you look at this. Okay, what is the shape looks like? What is the shape looks like? It look like lung, right? It look like lungs, right? So exactly, this is the occupation of my uncle. My uncle is the welder. So he always have to inhale a lot of fume and toxin. So this is why only use of 2 days is trying to purge out the toxin from the back. Because if you look at the TCM chart, okay, let me share with you. Okay, so if you look at this, at the back of our, along our spine, these are the area where you detox the toxin in the lungs. 2 days after using LifeWay, rashes were seen at his back, looked like the shape of lungs. He mentioned it might be due to decades of inhaled toxin as a veteran welder. Okay, quite fun, huh? Okay, so same thing happened. Dead tissue, all kind of dead tissue because of the diabetic, because of high blood sugar, because of infection, whatsoever. Give this product a try. Okay, are you amazed or not? Huh? All kind of skin problem, you know. All kind of skin problem, no matter how old is the patient, with a patch at the back of the neck, you are able to heal from within. Remember this, any kind of itchiness, any kind of rashness that you appear, that you can see, is always a symptom. There must be an underlying issue within. If you use something from the outside, it's not going to help something from the inside. You need something to heal from the inside. And this is what our patch does. Okay? Don't confuse yourself about too technical about the products yet. Just give yourself, put the patch on. If a company can survive for 18 years and there are so many Olympic athletes using the product, it has some feasibility in this. So verify yourself by giving yourself a 3 months, take a photo, day 0, 30, 60, and 90. Okay? Impressive, right? Are you amazed? A patch like this can heal so many kind of skin problems. And no matter even 2 years old, 3 years old, they can also heal them in a matter of days. Is it very unbelievable? If yes, start the word 222. If yes, start the word 222. So many problems. Up to today, every time I see those kind of young children got a lot of skin problems, I had to scratch until the bleeding, you know. Put one patch on, few days, no more scratching. It's such a touching moment. So when you see a children got a lot of eczema, a lot of raddishness, go to the mother and say, I have a product, you must give it a try. So what you can do, patch a few patch for them, give them a few samples, and then leave your contact. You say, this product is going to help your children. If you want to know more, you can use it, or you can tune in to our 9 p.m. talk. Ask the speaker about any testimonial for young children with skin problem. I have tons of them. You want to have a eczema one, psoriasis one, going to use steroid one, already take antihistamine one, everything I have. Okay? Okay, 9:40 already. Okay, so any question for me? Come. Amazing, right? Come, you can ask me questions. Okay, and this already. So, Jinglong, for skin problem like fungus, do you patch X39 behind the neck or the location where the problem is near all the fungal wound and okay, I will put X39 at the back of the neck. It's always the basic. And if you want to add on a glutathione, you can add near the area. Okay, you can add near the area. But for the cases you've seen just now, only focus on X39. At the beginning of my career, in the midst of my career, where I'm starting LifeWay in Malaysia, we only focus on X39. Almost all the customer, they only know about glutathione 6 to 7 months into the business. Okay, so focus on X39. Most of the story you say just now is X39. The reason I say most, because some of them they are using other product, but X39 itself, you just need a little bit more time, you can see the result. Okay. Jinglong, what is your self-intro? 当不成医生的工程师, you are amazingly knowledgeable about human body. Can you share with us where your knowledge comes from? I starting to learn about health since the age of 7 because of my parents. My father, my father only gave birth to me near 40 years old. So my father is already 70 years old this year. So he used to have the frozen shoulder. So I'm 29. So about 7 to 9 years old, my father always bring me around to look for acupuncturists and the doctors. So he bring me everywhere. I was always very surprised. How come all the doctor you say is so good, but your frozen shoulder is still there? So I asked my father, why don't I try on you? I am quite a proud young boy by then. A lot of confidence. Although I have allergy, I have sinus. Although I'm a stutterer, but I have confidence. I don't know why. So I tell my father, why don't I help you? Since all the doctor you try already is not going to work for you. So he gave me one gua sha plate, the plate. So I gua sha for my father. I see a lot of purple color starting to come out, and after a while, he can lift out the hands. From the day onward, I'm so interested. So I start to learn everything possibly. Every day after I come back from my school, I open newspaper. The first thing I read is always Yang Sen. It's always the health. So from there, I start to develop. So for the past 20 years, although I study civil engineer and I practice civil engineer for 4 years, but even I studied for 4 years in Singapore, NTU, and then I worked as civil engineer for about 4 and 5 years. But within these 10 years, I still actively involved in healthcare. So I don't know whether you all know me before, especially those kind of CC, RC residential community or community center in Singapore. You all always will have a car, go somewhere to makan, to have events, right? If you happen to have a friend who go to NTU, Nanyang Community Herb Garden, the speaker is me. Okay, so through this, I start to apply the knowledge, and because I'm more, I like being an engineer, so I like to analyze health from an engineering point of view. Okay, but sometimes I have to say, my knowledge is still not so great yet. There are still a lot more, but I give you a framework how you should analyze the health problems. Okay, Jinglong, you mentioned before the presentation that using X39 on gout, the person will get healing crisis. Yes. Does the healing crisis start a day or two after patching, or the swelling take a few days after patching X39? Some people, the moment they patch it, the next day they have pain already. Okay, is it here? Okay, I share with you these cases. I don't need. The customer is in Selayang. He bought a gold package. Last time, I always want to focus big package one. This is why I cannot really do well. Remember, in this business, it's not about the value of your immediate closing. It's about the value that your downline can close. Okay, if you want to close a higher package, if your downline cannot duplicate, it's very hard to build this business. I learned this on my way. So this is why focus on silver. Even the person say, I want to buy a lot, focus on silver, focus on silver, focus on silver. Because your member is going to listen to you, and then he's going to propagate also. So this gentleman who bought a gold package for me, I say, I use a lot of products. Okay, so I said in the beginning, you just focus on X39. The moment he put this, the next day he go hospital already, He had to go for injection. So the doctor said, normally after one injection of steroid, you will subside. I said, okay, so he take the first jab of injection, really subside. But the next day come again, I said, wow, how come? The doctor said, normally one jab can last very long one. What he do? He put the patch at the back of the neck. So this means one thing, right? Our body has such a resilience in helping yourself to survive. So when even you have a strong injection go to your body to subside the pain, because your body wanting to thrive, so that you still get swollen the next day. Okay, so this is one of the reasons from there onwards, when it comes to gout, I always let the customer know first. Okay, so we don't know which day it will happen. Some is even next day. Some people can take 2 to 3 months time, and then they say, I paid for so long already, I hope done already because I have no pain. How come suddenly so pain? Anyone have this experience? In the beginning, your customer usually say, very good, I got no pain, I can eat already, Even the skin problems, I can sleep already. Suddenly, after 2 to 3 months time, because of the healing crisis, hey, how come 2-3 months, how come you will come back? Anyone, your customer face this issue, type the word 333. Type the word 333. My customer say, how come last time used already, should be good already, now like nothing already, how come the thing will come back again? Have that the word 333. It is normal, because our healing takes stages. Our healing takes stages. So this is why, for example, like you are wiping a table. Okay, the first time you wipe, like I like to eat durian and also eat crab, but don't eat them together lah. Huh? Anyway, durian season, guys. But now keep raining. I hope the durian season can persist. Like you wash one time, but there are still a lot of mark over there, right? Still very smelly. So you rub second time. Still got the smell. You rub the third time. So every time you rub, there's a lot of dirty things on your clothing, right? So this is exactly what happened. Okay. Thanks. I have two small kidney stones. Can it help? So far we have cases for gallbladder stones. It's so painful. Okay, doctor said need to go for surgery already, but he put the ion. Not so painful already, because all kind of immediate pain you all can learn about ion. So after that, just focus X39. See, you are not so painful. Why don't you give it a couple of weeks? So after that, he never go to doctor for the removal. Okay, so this is what I can say. Put the patch on. You just have to remember all kind of stone or calcification in your body is manufactured by the body. If it is being manufactured by the body, it can be dissolved by the body. Okay, but the problem is the toxin that you go into your body cannot dissolve. This is why all kind of toxin that you go into your body, you must be very wary, especially those kind of medicine. Okay, like the vaccine. Let me stress again. In the Washington Post, they have already have a statistic. 52% of the population who die of COVID-19 actually already taken the vaccine, which means that the people who don't take vaccine have a higher immunity against COVID-19. How funny, huh? Isma can use adalah night cream. Yes, you can. Puiling, you have a good you good info. You can. Can we post your slide in Facebook? I think go ahead. Go ahead. No problem. You just have to know every time you post it already, right? Let the people PM to you. As you explain, you can always ask them to join in our Zoom. Our Zoom is open for everybody, okay? So try to reduce the explanation part when people ask you about what this product is and things like that. You can say, I'm still using it. I see great experience. I think if you can listen 15 minutes today, 9 p.m. is better than I talking to you 2 hours. I give you the link, join us today. 5 minutes before the 9 p.m., remind your friend, you have time? Come, let's join in first. This is how it works in our life changer system. Okay, 1-year-old boy with very serious eczema on the leg. Should I use as the X39? You can put on X39. If really serious, you can always add on adalah night cream or ion. Okay, so for very serious case like so itchy, adalah night cream is able to subside even overnight. Okay, so for using ion is because to reduce the inflammation. Okay, so X39 always start first. You can put X39 first and then see how it goes for the first few days, because a 1-year-old boy with one patch of X39, you can always see miracles. Okay, Jinglong, after I started patches for around 4 months, currently whole body itchy at night, but not affected by this. Even now also itchy. You know why? Too many toxin. Possible. I can't really give you a solid reason yet after 4 months. But if you say whole body itchy, do you have any skin problem before? Do you have any skin problem before? Jinglong, after I use X39, my body started to itch more. Any reason? Occasionally, my body itch before I use X39, but not like this. Okay, this is exactly what happened. A lot of times, I give you an example. Some people, they have a lot of what do you call warps? I think it's not warps. How to say already? Pus, how to say already? A lot of tongue, sometimes you have to squeeze it and then got the pus coming out. They have a lot of tongues, right? Once in a while, I have every month I have it 2 times. But the moment they put X39, wow, suddenly everything comes up. Okay, so why is that so? Why is that so? For example, now your house is full of rubbish, but your mother is so tired of. Everyone they throw out one basket. Everyone they throw out one basket. But suddenly your mother got energy. One sweep throw out everything. So this is how our detoxification works. Your body got a lot of toxin is one issue, but whether or not your cellular has enough energy to remove the toxin is second story. So when you put X39, is it suddenly feel very itchy and you used to have a lot of itchiness every now and then? Now it's because you once should accumulate enough energy to remove the toxin. Okay. My sister was impressed with how X39 cleared out her sinus and frozen shoulders. She tried on her husband, who is having post-COVID heart issue, but he said nothing happened. He tried different sport for him, but he still said nothing happened. What can he do? Don't worry, take a photo. People who have heart issue, you don't feel this. You can only see the stamina. Okay? I give you an example. Ask your sister, the husband to walk. I don't know how long have he tried. Give him at least 2 weeks time. Okay? And then go for a walk with him. Like for example, normally he go to the park, can only walk for 1 round. Wow, now can walk for 3 rounds. This is what you see for people got heart issue. Okay, we have seen cases like this. Which is the best place for Alavida pet can patch around eye bag? I always love to patch here. Okay, but if you have eye bag, particularly eye bag, you can put carnosine over here. Okay, anyway, one day we'll arrange a facelifting seminar where we all talk about beauty, about pigmentation, about eye bag, about facelifting. So there are so many ways to play about the products. But remember, if you are new to our Lifeway products, start with X39 for 3 months. If you can give me 1 year time, stick to our learning. First 3 months, focus X39, and then slowly to get into our system to learn the product, educate yourself. 1 year later, you are a completely changed person. Now, almost year end. Next year is Chinese New Year, right? Every year, during Chinese New Year, they always have the schoolmate reunions, right? It's so easy to see for the people who are using X39 and their friends. You will see a big difference. Recently, we have members from Brunei. I think Jolene is here. So Jolene said, my husband always say got no use. See, now can work, can play basketball more often already. And then now when I see my husband go mingle around with his friends, so much of different. The skin, the energy, the sound, you will see the difference. If you can give me 1 year time. So the first 3 months focus on X39. Later on, we will give you a lot of way to lift up your face, to remove your wrinkles, to remove your eye bag, to tone down your body, to get rid of your belly fat, to get rid of your spare tire, to restore the hourglass. Whatever you imagine, life can make it happen. Okay. Hi Jinglong, when do you use eye for skin problem? You mean Alavida night cream, is it? We'll apply on the affected area. My friend's mom has just been found to have lymph node cancer, stage 3. What can pet do for her? So all kind of cancer, I will start with detox. Okay. The one I think I told you before previously, the detox. Cancer tumor at beginning of small intestine, block food from going in. Patient test for me. Okay. Okay. So Kiam, what you want to ask me? Is it no? Okay. So I don't get this question. Is it a question, Kiam? Cancer tumor at beginning of small the one to do a surgery but put back outside. So you are saying that no nutrient can still use X39, is it? If like this, my answer is yes, because I believe even giving the IV, it will have enough mineral inside, and our body needs mineral much more than the vitamins. So mineral, as long as there's a mineral, there is a communication pathway in the body. For example, calcium and magnesium. A lot of people, when you have a tense shoulders, they ask you to spray magnesium, right? So why is that so? Because magnesium help your body to relax. A lot of people worry about calcification because when you got calcified in your shoulders, you cannot move your shoulder blades, right? So calcification, calcium is to contract the muscle, magnesium is to relax the muscle. So this is why mineral, synergestical mineral is important. I think when you go to IV drip, mineral always is there. So you can go on to use X39, no worry. My mother-in-law using X10 for about 40 days, keep going outside until now. Please advise, thanks. Okay, so if your mother has been using X39 for 40 days, keep going outside. I want to know, does she feel weaker or she actually feel better? Weaker or better, Moon? Weaker or better? And another friend has breast cancer 2 years ago. She had been continuously having chemotherapy. I never seem to make it do for her. X39. We have a lot of cases that I cannot review. Breast cancer. The one is breast cancer. So ovarian cancer also have. So should I say like this? It's okay lah. let me be frank. I have seen so many cases who have done chemotherapy or get better 1-2 years, go back, get better 1-2 years, go back again, okay, and back and forth. And it's the chemotherapy that ultimately they kill the people, okay, because there's so much toxin in the body, especially when you are going for radiotherapy. So what we can advise is let's reduce the suffering at the moment to explore a new thing. If the person is undergoing chemotherapy and he feels so sick, you can put an ion patch first, okay. Consider down and put an ion patch first, because ion, they don't have a toxin purging effect, where X39 will remove the toxin, but ion is more about calming down your nervous system. Because when you are doing chemotherapy or radiotherapy, your body has a fight or flight mood. It's in a state of tension. So when you put ion, you will feel better. Okay, so let's help people who undergoing this kind of trauma. So when I'm in my teen, my birth leg, lots of ratios, like many 10, 20, it started flare off all after I start period. Now every, okay, confirm is removing the toxin already. Okay, is confirmed is removing the toxin already. So you should continue to use it, okay? Irene Dio, yes, I am now. Can do skipping. Wow, Irene can do skipping already, yeah? Wow, amazing. So Irene was somebody who shared with us, her body is so weak, always have to wear a lot of things, and then walk the bus stop, always have to feel very, very lethargic. So now he can start to do skipping already. Okay, so Kiam detox. Wait, let me see your questions, right? Oh, so you mean for the nutrients, right? Oh, I think your question is, should they do detox, right? So you can do detox, but take it step by step. You can always start with Eon or X39 first, and then see how it goes for the first few days before we go detox. Because I believe if the person is doing the IV drip and things like that, right, it's not so easy for the family to put the patch all over the body, right? And why don't we start with one patch at the back of the neck and see how it goes? Remember to take photos. Remember to take photos. So okay, so I'm not doing leg more strong, but on and off. Yeah, as long as you can see the strength is getting better. Imagine that it had been outside for 40 days. If it is not for the good reason, your body will collapse already. At least dehydration. But how come after outside for 40 days and yet your leg feel more strong? You can ask him to go to the weighing scale, or you can ask him to measure the belly, the waist. I believe the waist now, the waist side reduced already, and the water retention reduced already. Okay, if you want to add a little bit more, what you can do, don't eat any dairy products. Number one, don't eat dairy products. Stop eating fruits for 2 weeks. Okay, stop eating dairy products, stop eating fruits. Okay. Yesterday you mentioned aloe night cream can use as sunblock. Is using only night cream or apply after day cream? So no, only night cream. That means when you are going for the very, very intense, really hot weather, then you can use night cream as a sunblock. But even using day cream is fine. So what is most important when you use a day cream, you go out, you feel wow so hot, you come back immediately, you wash your face, tidy up already, apply night cream. Night cream has more nourishment compared to day cream because we have milk peptide inside. Okay, amazing. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. It's 10 o'clock. I don't want to hold your don't want to hold your Friday night. Thanks for coming. It's a very raining day. It's a relaxing day. So let us be very grateful that we are able to stay